Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my reaction to the 10th episode of Yokoso Jutsuryoku Shijo Shugi no Kyoshitsu e, otherwise known as Classroom of the Elite. So last time, the survival test on the island's officially begun. Each classes are given a certain amount of S points that they can use to buy various things on the island, but ideally you want to spend as little of them as possible because whatever points you have left over can be converted as class points. So, I can imagine different classes trying to conserve them more. Like Class D, they really could use those points, whereas Class A might not care as much. But then again, they might just want to be the best at everything. So, we'll see how they really handle this. There are also spots on the island where you can take them. The leader can take them, and you can get some bonus points for that. And Suzune is Class D's leader. We're not really sure who the other class leaders are just yet, but any class that can correctly guess the other class leaders gets some bonus points for that, and minus points if they guess wrong, so I doubt anyone's going to want to gamble on that. So yeah, Class E ended up coming across an injured Ibuki on their way back to their camp, and ended up bringing her back with them, so hopefully that doesn't bite them in the ass in this episode, or in this arc, really. And apparently Koenji was feeling ill and went back to the boat, which is going to cost Class D some points. And he didn't even seem ill to me, so I don't know if he's purposely trying to screw over Class D or if he's just a douchebag, but, whatever. So yeah, let's get into the episode. As usual, there'll be no audio or footage of the anime used in the reaction for copyright reasons. There's a timer in the upper left-hand corner, and subs below me to help you follow along. And so, let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, so it's a flashback. I was a little bit confused there. Probably an Ayano Koji flashback. I have been wanting to learn more about exactly what his backstory was involved. And he looked just as enthusiastic back then. A very brief flashback, but a flashback nonetheless. Did we not get the opening last time? I think we might not have. But yeah, for the most part, Class D seems to be doing fine in the survival test. They have a pretty good spot near a river for water, and they seem to have gathered a decent amount of food. Day 2. Yeah, so basically it's just getting started, so anything can still go wrong. You scared the fish away. Yeah, like I said, they have no food issues currently. But it just feels like things are going far too well. Supposed to be a map. Yeah, there's not a lot to do. Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of stamina to begin with. As we saw earlier. So this is Class B's spot, which they have a nice little waterfall going for them. Sounds a little bit like what happened to Ibuki. Pretty much. I really don't think that helps you see very far. He's got a point. Looks like they have a couple of the improved bathrooms. So they apparently don't mind spending some of their points. Is that a shower curtain? It's definitely a different strategy having a more hidden location as opposed to the more open locations of Class D and Class B. We're really invited. Pretty sure violence is definitely against the rules. That was a big little tone shift there. Did she just have a motorboat? So that's Class C, apparently going wild with their points. These guys. You wouldn't know this was a survival test by looking at their camp. You know, if Class D ends up passing Class C in points, it's going to be Class C's fault. I think so. But seriously, the motorboats. That's what really got me. So he's pretty much a terrible human being in just about every way. Yeah. I know, right? Pretty much. Yeah, this is still day 2, isn't it? Hmm. That is so lame. Yeah, but, I mean, that may get them out of having to work hard at the survival test, but it's also going to screw them over to any chance to get a bunch of points. So if Class C does get a bunch of points from this, they'll be closer to passing Class C. So we'll see if that strategy pays off for them in the long run. I would imagine so. Could be worse. He could be in Class C. Day 4, so we are skipping a little bit ahead. And things still seem to be going more or less fine for them. Yeah, no camera. Pretty much. So basically Class C is gone. So I guess she's the one that they said wouldn't be attending this test. If you try to game the system, you can. So it wouldn't kill you to be a little bit grateful. Day 5, so we're more than halfway done. Did something happen? They're upset about something. Yeah, since it was just the girls angry, I figured it was something like that. It's not obvious at all, you're jumping to conclusions. Who needs evidence? What? Did someone plant it in his bag? That's gotta suck. I assume it was someone from a different class. More like pink-handed. You know, if I was him, I would have very quickly just tossed it in my bag into the forest. Yeah, he's obviously not the culprit. He would not be acting like this. Yeah, your turn's coming up soon. Gotta figure something out. You could put them in your mouth. Oh, that jerk. Nobody's gonna believe he did it. You're not in a position to demand anything. Yeah, they're in his pocket currently. He's pretending not to notice. He's really not. He wouldn't even participate in the whole peeking thing at the swimming pool episode. I want to say it was Ibuki, but that seems a little bit too obvious. And Class C is gone. Class B probably wouldn't do it, but... Didn't Class B have someone from Class C at their camp? I mean, I knew something would go wrong at the Class D at some points. I wouldn't have guessed underwear thief being one of them. You know, my reaction to the last episode of this, I actually had some kind of third-party copyright claim on this song. So I have the audio down more this time, so if it was audio bleed that caused that, it shouldn't happen this time. Well, we know Class C's points 0, since they just spent them all and ran away. So, that was the 10th episode of Yokoso Jitsuryoku Shijo Shugi no Kyoshitsu e. And yeah, the survival test is more than halfway over. We figured out Class C's strategy of just blowing through all their points quickly, treating it like a mini summer vacation, and then just running away back to the ship, with a couple of their students being left behind, with Ibuki at Class D, and I think there was another one at Class B. Because we did get to see Class B's camp, which is kind of similar to Class D's. They're also next to a water source, but they do have a waterfall, which kind of makes it better, to be honest. And Class A seemed to be hiding within a cave. And we found out that Arisu from Class A was the one that stayed behind, and the bald man, whose name I will never remember, seems to be the leader of Class A. Which, if he really is the leader of Class A, they could guess that and get the points for that. But, I don't know, that could be just a red herring there. And, yeah, there was a... I can't believe Class A had a freaking motorboat. Anyway, there was some underwear thief drama at Class D camp, which I'm still pretty sure was done by a student that was not part of Class D, and was just a strategy to cause disruption in their class. Which the obvious guess would be Ibuki, but like again, that could be too obvious and it could be someone else. But anyway, let me know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of my reaction in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.